Last week, a friend left a basket of beautiful bright orange hychia persimmons on my porch. Persimmons in California always signal our fall season, whether used as decorations or baked into delicious seasonal spiced breads, muffins, or cookies. The first persimmon trees were found in China and later grown in Japan, and now it seems they grow all over California. To make my grandmother's persimmon bread, you will need 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 cup of melted butter, 2 large eggs, 1 cup of persimmon puree, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 of a cup of bourbon, 3/4 of a cup of dried dates, raisins, or cranberries, 1 cup of chopped walnuts or pecans. Let me show you how to get the flesh out of a persimmon. There are many ways, and there's no right or wrong, but for me, this is the easiest. This is always a messy job. Start with 2 bowls, one to collect the puree and one to collect the waste. Make sure that your persimmons are very ripe. I'm using hychia persimmons. They should feel almost like a water balloon in your hand. This is a messy process, but it's really quite simple. Take your very ripe persimmon, pull the stem off, peel back a corner of the skin, maybe a little bit more, and then simply squeeze the pulp into your bowl and put your skin in your waste bowl. And again, once you have all the pulp out of your persimmons, you need to just, using your hands, you need to just go through and find the seeds, so these brown things that are in the flesh, and some will have more than others, and just make sure that you remove all the seeds. And then once you've cleaned up your persimmons and no more seeds, this mixture can be frozen and kept in the freezer for months for future baking projects. To get started, of course, start always by preheating your oven, in this case to 350. Into a large mixing bowl, add your 2 cups of flour, your 1 cup of sugar, your salt and your nutmeg, your baking powder, your baking soda, and using a wooden spoon, mix well. Once your dry ingredients are well mixed, prepare your baking dish by lining the bottom with a piece of parchment paper. Your next addition are your chopped nuts and your dried fruits, and again, mix well. Okay, into a larger bowl, add your 2 beaten eggs, your butter, your vanilla, and your persimmon puree. Using a spoon or a fork or a whisk, mix this all together. And once it's thoroughly blended, it's time to add our 1/4 of a cup of bourbon and continue to mix well. Now it's ready to bring these 2 bowls together. Make a well in your dry ingredient bowl and pour in all of your liquid ingredients. And now, using a wooden spoon, just bring it all together. Now just pour your batter into your prepared baking pan. And now into our preheated 350-degree oven for 1 hour. Today, China and Japan still grow the most persimmons, but I bet you didn't know that it's the wood of the persimmon tree that is so prized, because it is hard and durable and is often used in the manufacturing of golf clubs and called a gift to golf. If you have a chance to experience baking with persimmons, you won't be disappointed, and I am sure you will look forward to persimmon season each year as much as I do.